Hello Earthlings of YouTube. In front of me today I have Kingdom Airazor from the 90s cartoon Beast Wars and also the upcoming Kingdom show, which I will watch but I don't have very high hopes on, especially seeing as how bad the previous outings in the trilogy turned out. The Peregrine Falcon mode, whilst not 100% accurate, is stunning with a surprisingly high level of articulation. There is a swivel at the head, an up and down, and also an opening beak, although you are going to need a tool to get it open in the first place because it's very difficult to get your nail in there. There is 5 points of articulation in the wings, allowing for some lovely aerial poses. There is also a knee bend and a ball joint at the foot, allowing for plenty of range of motion. It's pretty impressive for a beast mode if it wants to stand up, but it's still nowhere near the same quality as the Kingdom Megatron. That figure was amazing in T-Rex mode. Adding to the quality of this figure is the amount of paint and sculpted detail. The wings alone look amazing with some lovely paint picked out here and also on the back, although I do wish it carried across the entire wingspan and onto the tail feathers. The eyes on the head have also been picked out really quite nicely, as well as some white paint on the chin and front of the face. There are, however, some slight issues with this figure, such as the visible screw hole here on one side of the head, and also this tail feather does not like to tab in without some serious force. I have managed it once, but it was terrifying to go in and also terrifying to come back out, so I opt not to do it in worry of breakages. But other than that, this mode really solid. And for some size comparisons, here she is with a Voyager, a Deluxe, and a Legend scale figure. And on to transformation. So what you're going to want to do first is just remove the weapons from the side of the legs, so these little gold bits here, and then you're going to want to slightly straighten out these knees on these hinges, straighten out these hinges, and rotate the feet all the way around. There we go. And then you're also going to want to untab the legs from the side here. There's a peg here and a port here, and in the process rotate the entire thigh section so that facing you is a bigger metal pin than at the front. Then you're going to want to straighten everything out and rotate the legs all the way around, like so. You're then going to want to rotate the waist and come over here and pull this entire section out, followed by this arm. Then straighten out the arm and rotate and bring it down, but make sure that this shoulder guard here is still pointing outwards. Same on the other side, so just straighten that all out, like so. Come back here to this panel, you're going to want to untab that from the back, then push the head through this gap here all the way, if it wants to. Yes, it does. And then there are 2 hinges in here, this gold plastic, and you're going to want to use them and accordion the entire torso down so that it's now much lower. Tab the beak in and also tab the backpack back in. Now you can leave the wings all the way out like that, or you can bring them back like this on a series of hinges. You're just going to want to bring it back like that, and then bring that panel down, and also bring the feathers down, or the tips of the wings rather. Do the same on the other side, and you can either leave it like that, or you can bring them back out, but just have them not quite so wide. And then also as for the weapons, they simply just re-tab back in to the sides of the arms, like so. If it wants, yep, yes it does. Cool. And there is Airazor fully transformed. This representation of Airazor is going for an accurate Falcon colour scheme with the lighter shades of grey-brown. However, the cartoon model was also accurate in its darker, bordering on black colour scheme. However, the orange and gold make their return spectacularly from the show, along with her pale metallic lavender face and green eyes. Unfortunately, there are some slight proportional issues, such as the bird head isn't the whole chest and the wings the wrong shape. But seeing as how good this figure already is, these are just minor nitpicks, although it is still a bajillion times better than the original 90s figure. Who knows, Takara might actually do a masterpiece version later down the line of the Beast Wars subline. And for size comparisons, here she is with a Voyager, a Deluxe, a Legends, and a little tiny Lego minifigure. The articulation on this figure is actually pretty good, with a ball jointed head that allows the head to go all the way round. The head can look up that far, can look down that far, and there's a little bit of side. Universal joints at the shoulders, allowing the arms to go most of the way around, just getting blocked by the wings. Arms can go all the way out, can also come back down, but it also brings the shoulder pads with it. Bicep rotation, elbow bend, nothing at the wrist. Waist rotation, front skirt flap here moves up, allowing the universal hips to move forwards that far. They can move back that far, and if I move the arms out the way first, the legs can go out that far. There is knee rotation, and there is also a knee bend, which is actually really good for a single jointed knee. There is also foot rotation, due to it being on a ball joint, up and down, and a slight ankle pivot, which isn't that good. I must say, I do wish that she had a slightly better ankle pivot, although there is still plenty of articulation here to get some pretty expressive poses. I must say, this is an excellent figure and a decent representation of Airazor, mainly because she's the only good version actually available. We'll just have to wait and see if there's going to be a masterpiece version, hopefully so, or maybe a third party company might give this character a shot. Hopefully, again, they will do that. I got this figure from In Demand Toys, however it has just gone out of stock. Kapow Toys is also out of stock, but I'll leave links in the description to both so that you can go and check out what else they might have to offer. And as per usual, if you have any further thoughts on this figure, do be sure to let me know down in the comments, and until next time, have a good Mega Cycle.